Praise the Lord, everyone. First and foremost, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life, to my leaders, apostle, and children, jump right into this video. So I'll be coming from Romans 7 and 18. And I know that nothing good lives in me that is in my sinful nature. I want to do what is right, but can't. Sin is a choice. God has given us free will. It started off entering into human nature when Satan told and influenced Eve to eat the apple, and then Adam. We invite sin in by influence. We wasn't just born with sin in our DNA, but born into a sinful world. I stated before, God gives us free will, so it's up to us, what we decide to do with it. A lot of influence causes people to sin, and then they do it so long they think it's right. And it's second nature to them to love and to live in sin. We are all influenced by culture, by family, by friends, classmates, even the people, long before us was introduced to sin, by fallen angels. And we follow up and get influenced and introduced to sin. Influence is so powerful because it affects beliefs and actions. It can easily, sway people to do the wrong thing and start changing, whether it's good or bad. It builds on relationships. The closer the relationship, the bigger the influence. Like family and friends have an influence on us because we have a relationship with them, especially younger people. When they see mom or dad do something, they want to follow them up, whether it's good or bad. Or a toxic relationship, you think it's okay to stay in one because you see mom and dad, have one. Lack of wisdom is another one. When someone doesn't know something for themselves, they will easily fall for a lie or get caught up into something. Influence is so unconscious because you start doing things, hanging around people that you say that isn't good for you. That is how sin be so easy to do because we let people or things that isn't good bring on an influence, and boom, you're right there doing things you're not supposed to do. That is why it's so important of the friends you keep, the relationships that you have, the things that you see or things that you hear. That's why that saying is so true, that those that you hang around or associate around, you eventually become because of influence. Make sure that you're hanging around the right influence because influence is a big thing for sin. Sometimes we want to do the right thing, but the influence that we have, hinders and holds us back. But at the end of the day, we have a choice to do right or to do wrong. Pray my saying the Lord. Thank you.